we sat 5 minutes over today on purpose. Anyone really anxious about that? Didn't care? Or you realize that we sat out for 5 minutes today? What was your reaction?
So what?
I noticed my body knows exactly how long to keep my back straight, and it started to complain almost immediately.
I was sitting next to the young man. He's about 18 years old, a little bit over. And he was really has a strong commitment about practicing. One day, before the lunch started, he came to the altar in front of the whole congregation. There's a small altar, and he bowed down. And of course, when someone does that, everybody had to stop and listen to him. And he had a very strong vow, extremely strong vow. Dear Sangha, I offer my body to the Buddhas, to the Dhammas, to the Sangha. Even if I have to burn my body, I would do that. And that's how strong his commitment is. At that time, and during that time, we have we still have a long periods of sitting 2 hours, and he was right there next to me. And of course, 2 hours is not a short one. It's not an easy one. About an hour passed. He has his watch right beside him. About 2 minutes. And put down 2-3 minutes. Okay. He kept doing that, kept doing that, kept doing that. The thing is that, just like today, we sat 5 minutes over on purpose. Let's see if you have some kind of reaction. And reactions are not wrong at all. No, but the wrong thing is if we don't catch that, if we're not mindful about what was going on within the mind. What's going on within the mind is very, very important. Knowing the mind is one thing. Mind over matter is another thing. I'm kind of reluctant to bring this story because of I haven't found a concrete fact about this story yet, but it's still okay. to tell you. Earlier today, we came to the opening house for a long-time lay Buddhist to our Grandmaster. By the way, our Grandmaster is 100 years old the next 2 months. We're going to have a big celebrations of that one. But not because of his 100 years old, but this story, I don't think that nobody knew this story until today that I came to her house. And during the conversation, she brought this story up, and none of us there knew this story before until she told us. Our Grandmaster has a big operation of the heart operation. And before that, they put anesthesia to knock him out. But somehow, they could not knock him out. And it was become a concern to the whole team because of the doses are to the dangerous point now. You know, they cannot do that anymore. Having heard that, this lay Buddhist lay Buddhist disciple of this Grandmaster, she came and talked to him. Master, you have to go to sleep so they can operate on you. If you keep awakened like this one, they cannot do anything. I haven't heard that. And he said, okay, I will sleep. And right there that he went to sleep, and then the operation went on. And this is incredible, mind over matter. That's how you use the mind to control the matters that, the anesthesias don't have any effect. And I'm very, very interested on such a thing. Dalai Lama has a big operation, and a big master, Bhante Gunaratana, he has a big operation, and I went to interview him too. And of course they said that at first they tried to be mindful, but then for some times then the dose took effect, and they don't know anything after that. I don't know, this is the case for our Grandmaster also, or that he really actually can control his mind and control his body, that it won't affect him. So I have to find that out, but I'm really interested. So much for that. Now, I do have a confession to make, truly. And my confession is I'm in love again. Yes, I sure am in love. I graduated with the major degree in music, perhaps about 30 years ago. I love music, but my dexterity, my skill in music is not that much. So during my time in school, my piano teacher kept telling me, "You are the worst pianist in the whole school." But actually, I was the worst pianist in the whole school. But somehow I managed to graduate, and my record is still in the university. At that time, I just tried to finish the school. So talking about compassion about music, about playing, no, I don't. A couple of weeks ago, we have a celebration, the Ulambana, equivalent to like a Mother's Day. So I have a thought that I play piano again for the kids here to sing. And I bought a cheap piano, electric, digital piano, play, and somehow I get hooked. And once you get hooked, and then you try to upgrade yourself, and I gave my cheap digital one away, and I bought a more expensive one. And now I am really in love with that. I'm sitting here telling you about detachment, and I'm attached to it again. That is not good at all. But the thing is that 30 years ago, the experience of that feeling and the experience of now, back then, it wasn't compassionate at all. But now, it's really compassionate. The two mental states are totally different. But the experience still the same. Still the same. The object changed, but not the knowing, the consciousness, the awareness. I'm using those three synonymously. If you go back to your early age, 5, 6, whatever, you have a recollection of what you experienced during that time. And then you go to your 20s, you recollect your experience of your 20s. And then you experience now. Those three periods are totally different. But different in objects. The very early age, the 20s, and the now. They are different. But the consciousness, the knowing, the awareness is still the same, never change. Experience, the formula for experience is that the objects plus the consciousness that brings about the experience. objects are countless. Right in front of you, this whole body-mind are objects. Can you actually name any part of your body to be mind, me, or so? No, because of whatever you name within this body can be experienced. And the one that is experienced is an object, it's not you. Look at the microphone here. We can experience it by looking at it. We see the color, we see the shape. That is one kind of experience in concomitant with the eye. And we can experience it with the touch. The housing of the microphone is very strong, very tough. The outer layer of the microphone is very smooth. We experience that. And we go deeper inside of ourselves. We experience the intelligence of our mind. The intelligence does. We know that how this microphone works. We know that this transmitted the signal to the amplifier, and the amplifier boosts the sound of the voice, and so you can hear it over the speaker. That is the intelligence. And we experience that. Intelligence is the object. And then we go to the emotions. Happy, sad, compassion, love, hate, joy, whatever arises, we experience that. And then we go deeper layer is that when we go sleep, we lose the sense of touch. We lose the hearing. We lose the sight. We don't know that we breathe. All of that's gone. But we enter the realm of dreams. And in the dream, we experience the dream. It doesn't matter what kind of avatar that appears in the real dream. But the main point is that in the dream, we still experience. So the consciousness, the presence, from the waking state to the dream state, and then continues when the whole body-mind shuts down, that we come to the blank state. But as soon as we regain our consciousness, we experience again. So throughout the day, 24 hours a day, consciousness, awareness is always there. Consciousness, awareness pervades place everything in and through. We don't get used to or we don't recognize the consciousness because we have a tendency to shine our attentions toward an object. But now, if I can ask you that to shine your attention inward, but this kind of inwardness, I just want you to pay attention to nothing. Don't listen to my voice anymore. Just shine back your attention back from within, but don't pay attention to anything at all. Just an attention itself. If you do it correctly, you hit the blank state. There's nothing there but consciousness. But again, you shine your attention toward an object, you experience it right away. But you shine attention from within. Don't pay attention to the mind. Don't do anything. Just be at it without any object. And right there you hit the blank state, where there is nothing but a vast emptiness. And right there you can discern between the objects and the consciousness. One thing we need to clarify that object and consciousness are one. You cannot separate them. It's just like the waves and water. Waves arise from water. So when there's no waves, they go back to the water. That's it. If you can understand that kind of metaphor, then we can have a glimpse into the totality of this body-mind. Sometimes if you can do this during your meditation, whatever you feel, whatever you sense, you make a soft note, say that, knowing. That's it. That's it. If you see a thought, you make a soft note, knowing. Right there, immediately it returns you to a complete aware state. And then a few seconds later, your mind goes to some other object. And then immediately you say, knowing. And right there, it brings you back to the state of vast empty awareness. If you can see that clearly, consciousness equals object and object equals consciousness because they cannot separate, then you can see that there is no true entity. There is no me as a monk. There is no. Once in a while, I do have a glimpse on it. That especially with food, when I eat, somehow this is an explanation, but it came as an intuition that when I swallow the food, the intelligence of the body engineering that separate the nutritions, what goes to what goes to what, and then what's left over come out. And there's nothing from within. It's just the body that working on its own in accordance. It's not I that control. It is not I that tell the body, okay, you're gonna extract this kind of nutrition to go to this part. You extract that kind of nutrition to go to that part. No, it's just working on its own. And same thing. Emotion, especially, nobody likes emotion, especially that once you realize something and then you come here to study, you don't like emotions at all. But it's just part of it. It's just part of the consciousness. You cannot get away with it. And because of the nature of emotion, nature of the mind, it arises in its own accord. And then what does it do? Pass away. And then what does it do? Again, arise again. And then what does it do? Pass away again. So the whole 9 yards, the mind, how it works, is like that. So when we see such a thing, we don't get attached to it. When we are here, we study, and this is how we study. We observe carefully. Earlier, the exercise that to be attentive in walking, and then just carefree in walking if you can discern the two different mental states. They are totally different. Totally different. And if we can discern that, that is the key to unravel this kind of entity. There's no identity from this body-mind at all. It's just the work of natural nature. And from there, once we understand the engineering of this body-mind works, then we become more relaxed of whatever happens to us, even death. When I'm saying that, I don't mean that I have passed the level. Don't think like that. I'm just like you guys, just like keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. And I value every moment. I cherish every moment that I'm still here. If you get used to the mundane life out there, and then when you look into the life of a monk here, you find it kind of boring because there's nothing going on at all. But actually, we work as hard as you guys out there because we watch the mind all the time. The word happiness rings the bell, and we treasure that. The quality of life changes once we understand what's going on with this body-mind. So that's why. And let's say that we start at 7 o'clock and we end at 8:30. During that 1.5 hours, we did not commit any sin at all. It's purely 1.5 hours productive. If we can bring that quality to your home, to your work, that would be great. Any question at all, please?
Could you repeat just that last part? I'm sorry. So between 7 and 8:30, what happens?
Well, once you're here, you don't commit any sin at all. The quality that you're here is very pure and energetic. If we can bring that kind of quality to home, to work, in dealing with people, then what would happen? It's a heaven on earth. Yes. And we treasure for the act of doing nothing here. But actually we work as hard because of we know that the monkey mind is not that easy to catch up with.
Well, I'd be okay if it was just this and the monkey mind. It's this and the monkey mind in a Western society that specializes in ego, specializes in data scientists that make phones more addictive, specializes in planning, specializes in always looking ahead. I think throughout my day how combative it is, how it's almost by intent it feeds the ego. I find I get very jumbled sometimes. I come to an evening, I'll meditate at home, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, hang by your fingertips for 20 minutes. Yeah.
You see that in Western society, they specialize in everything. But in one area that they don't specialize in the mind, if they can specialize in the mind, then everybody will be okay, because of mind is inevitable part of life. Maybe sooner or later that they're gonna have that specialization.
I told my wife my enlightenment is impossible until I retire. It's too much combat.
Well, it's part of life that we have to understand that we cannot avoid the conflict. The conflict from within, and from within, we bring that conflict out into an action. And if we only need to deal ourselves from within, then the outside will be okay, everything will be okay. Yeah. You revolutionize from within. You don't revolutionize out there by bringing words to combat, such as Russia and Ukraine right now. There's no need such a thing, but if you just look back from within, and we can see that the battle happens everywhere. On the dinner table too. I can experience that. There are dishes on the table, and then your chopsticks are swords. You use that sword to pick up the thing that you wanted, the dish that you wanted, and that's why you have long arms to reach over. If you're content, then whatever's right in front of you, you eat it. But no, we're not content with that. So the desire for, this is my favorite, and then it doesn't matter how far it is, then you have to reach to pick that. So right there, the simplicity, war on the table of food is right there already. Much less to say that much more bigger matters that need to solve. So we look from within and we can see that. We can actually, I myself can actually see that. And if I can make a resolution upon that, then I'll be okay. It's just like that I'm in love with playing piano now. That would be a problem, but it's okay. Any more questions, please?
Will you ever play the piano for us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you pull out of your robes? We won't see it. You just pull it out and start playing. Tuck it in like a holster.
Yeah. It's just when I play, sometimes I forgot who I am. I just put all my heart and soul into it, and I don't play in orders. I just play upon my creativity. It just pour out the rhythm. It's just pour out the melodies, and then I just play.
Sounds like a gift.
It's a form of relieving stress. Don't think that monks don't have stress. We do have stress, and this is how. And earlier, that the gentleman back there, was asking about knowing the universe, and actually, the whole cosmos is from within you right now. If you can understand the whole cosmos from within, then you can understand the huge universe out there, because it comprises only two things. If out there, it's space and matter. It's object. Is there anything else? Space, objects. Here, space and objects too. And from within space and the mind. No, I mean objects and the mind. That's it. They are only two things. And we can understand that. We can understand the whole cosmos. Yeah. So it... anything else, please? May you attain the impossibilities, which is finding out the consciousness of yourself. That would be where you can enjoy